Yeah, I haven't put any content out for you guys in a while, so figured we'd just make something easy, have a little chat, because I don't have anything new made, printed, no projects finished up right now. So let's just talk about life in general and how easy it is to get behind on things. So at the end of last month, we went on vacation. I posted a little short video of the beach that we were staying at. We went up to Traverse City, stayed at Island View Cottages, had a little 2 week vacation. We didn't spend the entire time up there because that shit's expensive. But we weren't home. We come back from vacation, didn't tell anybody except immediate family that we were leaving. Just as a precaution, we don't want to get robbed or whatever. So our family members who were supposed to be watching our house and stuff for us, uh, forgot to take out our trash. No big deal. I know we didn't ask them to, but we kind of expected them to trim up the lawn, at least the front lawn, if it needed done or whatever, and we paid them to watch the house while we were gone. Come back from our 2 week vacation. It hadn't really rained a lot, so the grass wasn't tall, but the weeds were. I have a complaint from the city that a neighbor filed a complaint against me for my yard being unsightly. My trash cans were full to the point where the lid wouldn't shut anymore because they didn't go out while we were on vacation. So they sat there for 3 weeks with the lids open. The weeds were too tall. City ordinance does not allow weeds in your yard if anyone complains about them. That means you pretty much have to stay on top of either chemically treating them or hire somebody to mow your yard every 2 or 3 days like half my neighbors do. I'm not doing that. I mow my yard once a week. There's no reason to manicure your lawn. It's a waste of fuel, which is expensive right now. It creates excess emissions, which is why everything's going electric right now, because emissions are bad enough that we can't have fuel-powered cars, but the rich can fly privately owned jets everywhere they go. Off topic. Get the front yard cleaned up, get the trash taken care of. Next thing you know, I've got a complaint from the city about my backyard. We burn wood for heat. I don't have all of my wood split yet. I like to let it dry out a little bit because when it's wet, it's really dense, stringy, heavy, doesn't split very well. Let it dry for a couple months, splits a lot easier, especially since I'm using a 40-year-old 5-ton log splitter. There's weeds around my wood pile. Somebody complained about it. My neighbor's fence is overgrown with vines, grapevines and Virginia creeper, some little mulberry trees poking up. They filed a complaint on me because my neighbor's fence has overgrown onto my property. They filed a complaint that there were weeds underneath my trampoline because I haven't moved it and mowed under it. Petty stuff like that. So I start cleaning up the backyard. Get a complaint that my truck in my driveway is sitting with expired tags. I bought the new tags. I haven't put them in because the truck's down for body work. I literally have the entire passenger side floorboard, rocker panels, kick panels, cab corners. It's all cut out. The entire front end on the truck is new. I'm redoing the cab now. It's outdoors. I can't work on it every day. Have the new sticker, just forgot to put it on and somebody filed a complaint against me. So I had to have a code inspector come out and show them that I was actually working on the truck, not just letting it sit in my driveway. And then I had to go purchase new tags because my new ones that I never installed are going to expire in September. I never put them on, so I had to go buy new tags and show the city that I put tags on it and that I have insurance on a truck in my driveway on the property that I own because I'm in city limits. Then I get a complaint about my other truck, which I bought to fix. There's an issue with the title. I don't see the point in fixing it, so I was going to part it out and reuse the frame on another project. Get a complaint from a neighbor to the city that my truck is in non-running condition, which is a code violation. I don't have anywhere to put the truck. It won't fit in my garage. I'm in the process of redoing my garage. Everything is piled on one half while I redo the drywall and put up new shelves, new electric, paint, everything on the other side, and then I have to flip it, do it all over again. So I can't fit another vehicle in there. So I take it and park it out back. That was an interesting sight, by the way, because we used 2 riding lawnmowers and a Honda Civic with some old tires to push this 1997 4x4 truck with 2 flat tires into the backyard. Guess who files a complaint against me for having a broke down truck in their backyard? My lovely neighbors. Now, mind you, my vacation ended the first weekend, I believe, of this month. So we've been off vacation for, roughly speaking, 2.5 weeks now. And this is all the stuff I've had to deal with in that 2.5 weeks while you guys haven't got content. But hey, life catches up to all of us. And let's take it back a little bit further. 2 years ago, my son was born with a heart condition, which left part of his aorta was constricted. There's 3 main arteries that come off your aorta, and one of his was constricted to the point where he wasn't getting blood flow to his arms and parts of his upper body. He ended up going to intensive care for a month, was in an induced coma, had heart surgery, all that, as a newborn. We spent a lot of time in Columbus at the Children's Hospital. When he finally did come home, he had to wear a helmet to reshape his skull from where it had become flat while he was in the coma. He was getting regular heart checkups to make sure his surgery had stayed the way it was supposed to, make sure none of the other arteries were collapsing or anything. The condition he had, by the way, is called a coarctation of the aorta. It's not terribly uncommon, but, if you've never had to deal with it, you've probably never heard of it. It took us about a year to get him on level with normal kids, get the helmet off, get the heart checkups down to a minimal. About that time, my wife and I got COVID, so we had to take a little time off for that. And shortly after we recovered from COVID, I started having issues with my vision, and I ended up losing, roughly speaking, 95% of the vision in my left eye. I maintained some peripheral vision, mainly on the outside, and I lost about 10% of the vision in my right eye. Saw a handful of specialists before I finally found one who was able to identify the cause of the issue. Basically, my optic nerve was swelling to the point where it was crushing itself because my immune system was attacking it. I was diagnosed with Behçet's disease, and some of the symptoms they look for are sores around your mouth, inside of your mouth, and across your upper body, around your shoulders and neck. When I was younger, I always thought these were just acne. I'd always had them. Since I had facial hair, would always get little sores up here around my hairs, and I just assumed it was an infected hair from trimming or shaving. I'd pull the hair out, some goop would come out with it, it'd go away. The sores in my mouth I always attributed to eating too much citrus and too much spicy food. I just thought that was a normal thing that everybody dealt with. Come to find out, they were primary symptoms of Behçet's disease. So they got me on a regimen of medications. I started off on high dose steroids, orally and drops in my eye. Every 6 weeks I had to get a steroidal shot in my eyes. I had to get blood infusions every 6 months to help reduce my B cell count. Stupid amount of blood tests. I've had so many blood tests I've lost track. I still have to get those every 6 weeks to check for liver and kidney function as well as immune system levels. I'm on 2 immunosuppressors that are commonly prescribed to organ transplant patients, as well as 3 medications to help regulate the pressure in my eyes. Normal people, your eye pressure is between 10 and 21 for adult men. Mine, upper 40s, lower 50s. 47 was a normal eye pressure for me. So we actually just got one of those medications taken off. Now I'm only on 2 eye pressure medications, and I don't have to get the shots in my eyes anymore. But it's little things like this that can stack up. And I mean, we're talking anywhere from the last 2 weeks of stuff I've had to deal with as to why I haven't made any 3D printing or outdoor videos, all the way back to 2 years when my content kind of came and went a little bit. I never really posted regularly, but I don't think I posted much of anything early last year or the year before. But I think we're finally starting to get caught up and should be able to get some videos out here soon. I think we're getting pretty close to having stuff cleaned up enough that we can at least get the archery bags back out and do some bow shooting. My oldest daughter thinks that she can outshoot me. She can't. I haven't shot my bow in over a year. Hopefully I can still manage the 70-pound draw weight on it, but we'll find out. We'll take her out back and show her that Dad's still boss even when he's half crippled and blind. Maybe we'll get some videos or pictures or whatever of the truck on there as progress comes along on that. It's a little slow going. Part of the side effects of my medication, I'm not really allowed to be outside in the heat, and as it's July, man, it's been hot. I know we're just in Ohio, we don't have to deal with, your southern heats, Texas and Florida and all that, but we had heat index of 105 the other day, and it's been upper 80s, lower 90s, on and off. I can't do it. I go outside for more than 10 or 15 minutes and I'm sick. But we get some of these storm fronts in, weather cools off, we'll get some more stuff done, get you some more videos. If you guys have anything else you want to see on the 3D printing side of things, I know some new files were just dropped. I can start working on those. Parts kits, I don't know about availability or how soon I'll be able to drop a bunch of money on stuff like that. As I've mentioned before, I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I'm not sponsored. I'm not endorsed. I don't get free parts sent to me like other people do. Everything on this channel is out of my pocket, and I don't get paid for any of it. So if you guys have something you want to see or you want me to talk about, send me a message. I'll do what I can to work with it. If you guys want to send me money to help pay for things, that's awesome. I'd greatly appreciate it, and when I'm done with the project, making the video and everything, have absolutely no problem sending you the parts that you paid for in the mail when I'm done. If, you're allowed to have them in your state. I think that about wraps up all the exciting stuff in life right now, but I'll probably think of something else as soon as I turn the camera off.